Let me see his logo across my head.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Michelle.
I'm Jim, and we are
A Teague of Your Own. Welcome to another Motivational Monday.
Let's get motivated.
Woohoo! Nice shirt.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So last week was live number 150.
Yes.
And prior to that, I went through and I found pictures of us from the 149 lives that we had done previously.
Yeah.
You basically have like 3 go-to shirts.
Yeah, I need to get some more. That's one of the things I do need to do is some clothes shopping at some point. But
yeah,
but they're good shirts.
They are.
That's why I like them.
Yeah.
I think most people like it's the Pareto principle.
Is that it?
Yes. It's I wear 20% of my wardrobe 80% of the time, like most people do. What?
Yeah. Okay.
It's just, for you 20% of your wardrobe is about 200% of mine.
Okay.
Pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a lot of clothes.
That's true. But like you said, with the Pareto principle, I don't wear that many of them.
Right. But still, the 20% that you wear, the amount is about, 100% of what I have. Because I think most men, I'm like most men, we just don't have the same sorts of wardrobes.
I don't know.
And it's like me, I wear short sleeves all year round, even in the wintertime.
Yeah. So last week, during our 150th live, I asked you what you think we should do for some of these future lives, and you said talk about courage.
Every time?
No.
Okay.
Today.
Okay. Well, let's talk about courage.
We're going to talk about courage. And in particular, one of the things that I took away from our conversation was having the courage to step out of your comfort zone.
Right.
And to do things that you wouldn't normally do. For many, many years, we've been telling people that everything you want is on the other side of your comfort zone, that you have to step out
on the other side of your fear.
Yes, you have to step out of the comfort zone that you're in if you want to grow, if you want all the cool stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about courage then.
Okay.
And how that gives you the ability to be able to do it. Because courage is one of your top 5 values.
It is one of the top 5 values.
So tell people a little bit more about it.
Well, what aspect do you want to know about it? I mean, in the environment that we're in, it truly is the courage to step off and do things that you maybe have never done before, or that you have done, but perhaps previously it didn't go so well. I think a lot of times courage is just getting back up after you've been knocked down and going at it again. Having said that, there's a difference between smart courage and stupid courage.
Okay. I agree. I think a lot of people on Fridays and Saturday nights are full of stupid courage.
Yes. There's a lot of people consuming a lot of stupid courage. Yes. And that's that form of liquid courage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of courage that can get you in trouble if you're not careful.
Yes, it can.
I think there's also, I distinguish between smart courage and stupid courage, in that stupid courage is when you keep trying the same exact thing over and over and over, and it doesn't work. Like, okay, so you have the courage to keep trying, but you're not trying different ways of whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And avoiding what didn't work before. It's not learning from your mistakes.
Okay.
That's stupid courage. You just keep right on going, and basically you're just banging your head against a brick wall. And the only thing that's going to get you is a headache or a concussion.
Yeah.
Smart courage is looking at it and going, okay, I failed this time. This did not work. I don't want to use the word failed. You figure out what didn't work. and then figuring out, okay, I need to try this again, but I need to try a different approach.
Okay.
And then figuring out what that new or different approach is, and then having the guts to go try that.
Okay. All right. So give us an example.
I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head. I guess it's a case of, when you're trying to find new clients, and there's a lot of ways that you can go about doing that. But you try something that doesn't work. It's like you keep saying cold calling. Cold calling doesn't work.
Cold calling hasn't worked for me.
Okay.
It works for some people out there. It
Okay.
has not worked for me.
Okay. So it didn't work for you.
No.
So knowing that didn't work, you try a different approach, and it could be something as simple as, acquiring emails and phone numbers of potential clients and sending out an email, even though there's pretty good chance they're not going to read it or not going to see it.
Yep.
But then using that as a mechanism for following up and saying, hey, I sent you this. And, most of them are going to say, oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But then but you've established that you've done something. And then you can also say, after you're done on the call, say, well, I thought I sent that to you before. I'm sure you got it, but let me send it to you again.
Okay.
And that way you've got that in as a possibility. I mean, who knows? That may not work either, depending on what it is that you sell or what you're doing.
Okay.
But it's a different approach. Or like you were saying, like you like to do networking.
I do.
Okay. But the problem with networking is that's a very slow process. And so you really have to build that over a long period of time.
People will buy things from you if they know, like, and trust you.
Right.
And networking gives you the opportunity for them to build up that know, like, and trust factor.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it still takes courage to step out there and do that as well.
It does. There are a lot of people out there. One of my friends, Melissa Snow, big shout out to Melissa Snow. Last month, she did the networking challenge, and she challenged you to go to, I want to say it was either 3 or 4 networking events over the course of the month, and personally connect with at least 2 people or 3 people that you met from one of them. And so that can be hard. That can be very uncomfortable for a lot of people. But you have to have the right mind frame and the right mindset. And the other thing is you get a lot more out of it when you go into it with the theory that this is going to be fun and this is going to be successful. Yeah.
But it takes guts to do it. It takes courage. And I would say that with just about anything that you're doing in business. Just the fact that you started a business or decided that you're going to start a business, or all of that takes courage. Starting a new fitness plan, that takes commitment. It takes being in a mindset that I'm going to do this, and are just making changes in your life. That's one of the things that I think we talk about quite a bit in all of the stuff that we're involved with, is how sometimes people will realize what they're doing in life isn't working. They've decided to make that change. They're jumping into a program. They're starting to work with other people. They maybe find a mentor, and they're going to have friends and family who are perfectly comfortable with where they are. Well, they may not be perfectly comfortable, but they're comfortable enough to where they're not uncomfortable enough to do something.
Right.
And they'll just tell you, oh, that's stupid. That'll never work. Why are you doing that? Why are you wasting your time? And so it takes guts. It takes courage to step out there and do it. Any time that you're stepping into the arena, it takes courage.
So what are some things that people can do to build up that courage to make those changes and to take that leap?
I would say the first thing is for some people, don't take the big leap. Do little things. Do it in increments. Do things where you've got a fairly decent shot at success. that you know that you can stick to, accomplish some goals. Then as you build, you'll gain more confidence, more courage. Then at some point, you're ready to make the big leap. For some others, you just got to dive in. Just, know that you've got the fear. You know that whatever you're trying may not work. That's always a possibility. But you just jump in and do it.
Yeah. We've got our webinar this month. Our complimentary webinar this month is on speaking in public.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people out there who are afraid of public speaking. And
what's interesting is what's going to be happening while that's going on.
So I'll be doing the webinar.
And I will be in a speech contest.
Yes.
Go figure.
Yeah. So there are ways to overcome your fears. But the first thing that you have to do is face it.
You got to face it.
You got to face your fears.
You just got to jump into it.
You do. You need to take steps to move into it. There are, like you said, there's a couple different ways that you can do it. And I think about Wakulla Springs.
Oh, yeah. Wakulla Springs.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, it's a place, it's south of Tallahassee. And it is a natural underground spring. And you can go there and go swimming.
So what does that have to do with courage and overcoming your fears?
That water is cold.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It averages about, now this doesn't sound cold when you think of air temperature, but it averages somewhere between 68 and 72 degrees all year long. That doesn't sound cold when you're thinking of air temperature, but when you're thinking of water temperature, especially when you're in someplace like Florida and it's 100 degrees outside, relatively speaking, 70 feels cold. It feels very cold.
Yeah.
And whenever people go there, you see the two different types of folks getting into the water. There are some who are the gradual people.
Yeah, that's me.
And they will step in and they'll get the water up to their ankles.
Yep.
And wait till that feels okay. And then they'll move up to their knees and wait till that feels okay. And then move up to their waist and wait till that feels okay. And the problem is from there, from waist up, it's just going to feel cold. It doesn't matter. And then eventually they will get in, if they get in at all. You were always just a knees in person.
Yeah, that's because once you get past the knees, it's just like,
yeah.
Actually, what I would do is once I got to the knees, then I would just sit.
Yeah.
Because you were deep enough at that point. If you sit in knee deep water, it's going to come up to about chest deep at that point. So
the other people, because there were this big concrete platform.
Yeah.
And there were two levels on it. One was about 3 feet above the water.
Yeah.
And the other one was about 10 feet above the water. And you could go on those platforms and then just jump off into the water. And there are some people, and I tended to be in that category. I figured if I was going to get in that water, I just needed to go. And so I would go up to the upper platform, 10 feet up, and just jump off and get into the water. Because think about it, once you jump, there's no going back.
Nope.
You're going in the water.
You're going. Yeah.
And once you get in there, you got that initial shock. And yes, it takes your breath away. It's cold. But you start swimming around, and after a couple of minutes, your body acclimates to it. And then you're good to go.
So two different approaches, still get the same results.
Still get the same result. You're still getting in the water. You're in the water.
And that's what I encourage all of you to do when it comes to getting the courage to get out of your comfort zone and to move towards what it is that you really want. You can literally take that baby step and just get up into your ankles, and that's okay, because at least you're making progress. Or if you want to jump in, you feel free. You can cannonball. That's cool.
That's what I do.
I know.
Just jump into it.
Exactly. So if people need help figuring out what those steps are, who could they turn to?
Us?
Wow. We could do that.
We could do that.
We could do that. And how could they get in contact with us?
Well, they can go to our website. ATeagueofYourOwn.com.
ATeagueofYourOwn.com. That is correct.
They could do something old fashioned and give us a phone call.
What?
Yeah, I know.
You mean those things work for something other than
taking
playing
pictures,
games?
playing games, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking pictures.
Wow.
Yes, and posting on Facebook.
And how would they call us?
They could call our phone number, 412-420-7975.
Oh, wow.
And then how else could they contact us?
They could email us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Slightly more advanced than phone call.
A little bit.
Yeah. And that's at info@ATeagueofYourOwn.com. Feel free to reach out to us there. We're also here on social media. Obviously, we're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. Go to our YouTube page, because this is being streamed on YouTube. Go in there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need to grow that following.
Yeah, we do.
But
We're going to start working on that more.
We can help you figure out what those first steps are. We can help you figure out what it is that you need to do to start moving out of the comfort zone. And
because that's key to all of it.
Yeah.
Take the first step.
Yep. And once you take that first step, then you can keep moving forward.
Build some momentum. Momentum is a great thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, the law of the big mo. We're actually going to be talking about, we've got Leadership Greater Latrobe this week.
Hey.
And it's on the 15, the part that we're doing is 15 Laws of Growth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it is. All right. So if you need us, reach out to us. We are more than happy to help. What are we going to talk about next week?
I have no idea.
I'm so glad we plan ahead.
Well, we got a week to figure it out, so it'll be good, whatever it is.
Of course it will. If any of you have topics you want us to talk about, feel free to share them with us. We'll be more than happy to figure out what we can talk about with you.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds like a winner to me.
All right, everybody. Well, we will see you next week. It's not too hard to stay warm right now. It's kind of nice.
It's warmed up a bit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's nicer than it was.
Yeah.
And it's going to be even better later this week.
Yes, it is.
Start to feel like early spring.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And
Yes.
actually, next week we can talk about Valentine's weeks.
We could. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we haven't talked we talked about that, I guess, last year, but we haven't talked about it this year. So
Okay.
cool. Because it has begun.
Yeah, it has begun.
We're almost halfway through.
5-6 days into it now?
Yeah. So, all right. All right, everyone. We will see you next week. Have a great week.